You mentioned you were originally going B2B, and then as you went out into the market, you saw it was kind of wider, so you went B2C. And then also you mentioned around working with others, like the kind of network effect to build on the momentum of what it was that you were actually delivering before then focusing back in on e-commerce. So you went through a whole very fascinating cycle of your own problem, where you think the market might be, then it changes a bit, then you work with others, and then you niche down again. It's kind of an interesting journey.
And that exactly, and the structure, and when I was really building the company, I was making sure that our really shareholder structure is allowing us to play that kind of pivots without any sort of, without any kind of without too much friction, right? So we were bootstrapping the business. We were never in really necessity of taking external money to survive, right? And me and my co-founder Konrad, because our initial structure was 70% me, 30% Konrad, and I was responsible for go-to-market. He was responsible for product and R&D. So we were always making sure that we have full control on the business, and we can really, really easily, even more easily than normally startups may today do. Because if you have VC early stage, sometimes those processes may take kind of longer. So for us, the critical thing was really to have a structure that is kind of, we will not be spending too much time on explaining, why we are, pivoting from from B2B kind of idea to B2C, right? Because it was becoming kind of super obvious, right? So,
makes sense. What would you say are the three most important things you could say to other bootstrappers that lead to success?
Oh, that's a difficult question. That's a difficult question. I think don't stop bootstrapping. So I think especially in SaaS today, I think, and with the AI, I think the AI will be coming here earlier than you think. But in my view, today SaaS has totally, because of AI, has changed totally, and I think that bootstrapping has become, I think, the main mode. And I don't think you will find investors wishing to spend millions on creating SaaS business, right? So on creating software, right? Because you may do it at the completely different conditions. So that's one thing. Of course, depending on the second thing is of course the risking, right? Of course, you are a founder, you're an entrepreneur, you want to, we are all entrepreneurs are built for success. And of course we are setting up an unimaginable kind of objective that objective in terms of building something, creating some value, but then of course earning money. And I think that at the bootstrapping mode, right, where you reinvest a lot of money into the growth, because that's either you grow or you basically die, I think, in SaaS, especially MarTech space. So I think the risk, the second advice would be really the risk wisely. So for us, the rounds were really about the risking, our time spent on the business, our kind of devotion of our health and life to that. So the financing round, we're always including a significant portions of cash outs, right, for founders. And third, let's basically stop at 2.
Okay, great. Yeah, brilliant.